Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cal.
And I'm excited. I'm Ghost.
You're not excited for this because being
What are you talking about?
not don't even hold on. Right. Let's not even jump into that. But first, we
You
have
hit the
not
theme music. Oh,
we have not expect. That's when the invincible title card shows up. Just interrupts us. But yeah, you haven't really been excited for any Assassin's Creed. Well, me personally.
oh
And
God.
I love playing Assassin's Creed back in the day, but the last few iterations really haven't grabbed me. The last full one I played was Valhalla, and that one was like 90 hours to finish with no side quest.
No, that's crazy when you said that. I was like, hey, man, you done? My man literally said, no, I'm 82 hours in. I ain't done a single side quest.
but
I instantly got tired.
but I love Vikings. I love the lore behind them, and I love cinematics, so why not? Plus, it was the first full game that I played on my PC, and I was just mesmerized by the amount of frames I was getting. That game was gorgeous. Probably one of the best looking Assassin's Creed games that they've made. And so because we haven't had some really hard hitting Assassin's Creed for the past few years, of course my excitement isn't going to be nowhere near what it used to be. Plus, Ubisoft has been making mediocre games for a long time. They've had multiple controversies out here making, what is it? What's the crypto games and stuff, like with the NFTs and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing? It seems like the core
They're
of the
being
company,
cutting edge, Cal. Oh,
seems like the
just
core
kidding.
of the company is lost, and they're not focusing on, the franchises that brought them to the status that they are today. So when you talk about Assassin's Creed and then you're bringing it into Japan, something I've been begging for years, but then what's the not Insomniac, Sucker Punch comes out with Ghost of Tsushima. Well, now the itch has been scratched, and it was a banger from the get go. Like, just not just for the story,
It was amazing
but
out of the
also we had
box.
a fantastic multiplayer that added over 200 hours if you were dedicated, which we were. We actually had a
yeah.
problem with that game.
Yeah.
So I had no real great expectations for this game whatsoever, on top of hearing articles about how many new developers they had, and not a lot of these developers had worked on Assassin's Creed, or this is kind of like one of their first projects. It's just all the wind wasn't looking good. I didn't expect much, but I'm always willing to be surprised. I love surprises when they're good.
And I'm guessing you are surprised. I guess, because based on a couple of texts I got.
Yeah, I am absolutely blown away by this game. It has exceeded my expectations. For the most part, I love stealth games. Like, that is my bread and butter in any game. If there is an option, or you give me multiple options to take on a mission, most of the time it's going to be stealth, because I love the challenge of getting in and getting out without raising an alarm. I think using the environment as a puzzle, it just scratches my brain in the right way. So when you're talking about ninjas, I have always felt like ninjas and Assassin's Creed just mesh together so well. And now, not only have you given me that, but you went well beyond what I expected you to. Like, one of the main things that I've always had a gripe with Assassin's Creed is its parkour. And with Mirage and a few other Assassin's Creed, the parkour has always felt sticky. It does not flow. It feels like I'm stuck to the side of a building when I go to jump off. I feel like my buttons they're not working correctly, so it just messes up your whole flow. One thing that I like they've done differently this time is sprint is just a toggle. Once you toggle, you're already kind of in that flow state, and all you have to do is hold X to keep the parkour going. Also, the way she moves is so damn fast. Like, when you're going across,
are you playing two different characters?
You are
Did
playing
I hear that correctly?
Yeah, you're playing two different characters, but they give you a taste of Yasuke, which is the samurai, in the beginning, and that dude is just a straight brute. Like when you start a kick, you're not just kicking one character. Like if that enemy that you kicked hits another character, they're gonna go flying too. Like Yasuke is like,
he feels strong.
He feels strong. He's like, I'm coming through the front door, and there's nothing you're gonna do about it. Yasuke is easily the one that you can go through a whole compound and not really have to worry about dying, because he's gonna brute force through everything. But it's fun to play as him. It's not like, oh, this is kind of boring, just mollywhopping there. No, it's fun to mollywhop everybody as Yasuke.
So I'm curious, is it interchangeable like GTA, where like you hit a button and you can go in between characters, or is it I don't want to call it session based or story based, where it jumps in between the two characters, or how does it work?
I haven't gotten that far in the game to do that, but it is kind of like not like GTA as far as, you know, how you switch characters and Trevor would be doing something. I'm not sure if it works that way. Yeah, I think
but I'm not saying like
characters.
Yeah, so I guess my question is, because obviously it's not a game that I'm going to pick up, but I am curious to know, since you're playing with two different characters, is it like you're walking in with his name's Sasuke, right? Or what was that?
Yasuke.
What's his name? Yasuke. Okay, so if you're walking into a certain situation and it's something that doesn't fit his forte, can you swap into the other character?
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And but I do also think that they have their own campaign like lines to follow, where you will be forced to. I haven't gotten that far. I don't want to make guesses, but I would think that there are campaign.
That would be cool if they did that, though, where it lets you blend in between, and then static, it leaves you in the character, so you have two technical different storylines. That'd be cool. I can get behind that.
But I did not expect them to, because when they say Yasuke, I wasn't really excited about playing him. I signed up for the ninja experience when I got this game.
Okay, Ninja guy.
But I did not expect to love playing with him so much, because now I'm like, oh, I've been playing with Naoe for I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, playing as her, it's the full ninja experience. Like, she's sprinting across tightrope. Like, another gripe that I always had with Assassin's Creed is, I forgot what they're called, but they're like these points of view that you constantly climb, like the towers, and then you get up there and you do like a synchronization. The camera pans around and it gives you like points of interest around you. And it got kind of boring constantly climbing these towers multiple times, and then it just got repetitive and boring.
Yeah, but that's with every game. There's something in it that's repetitive.
Naoe is gonna scale that bitch in a matter of seconds. It's not like, oh, we're gonna just take this block at a time. Nah, I'm scaling like there's nothing here. Like, it's just so fluid. And then on top of that, she has a grapple hook that she can throw up, and she can.
I was gonna ask, is it like a grapple hook that she gets around? That's kind of cool.
Cool. And I'm not talking about a slow pull. I'm talking about yanking.
She yeets herself across.
Yes. Like, I'm moving with the purpose. Like, I feel like my action, like, it's almost, I am really getting, like, the kind of control that I have of my character in Assassin's Creed is really reminiscent of my control in Metal Gear. Like, being able to go prone. Sense. Like, in grass and sneak up, and then like sometimes the environment kind of tailors your gameplay to that way, because maybe there's a trench in between two characters or two enemies, and you could go prone within the trench to avoid detection. Not only that, but she can crawl into like really shallow puddles while you're prone, and she can use like a reed to breathe out of while she's there, but you have to get that in the skill tree. But I
like that though.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
I also like how they've backed away from, because back in the other iterations, you had an eagle that you could use that could survey, kind of like the drones and breakpoint stuff like that. It's basically just a scout. But I like the fact that they took that away, and you either are using I don't forget what it's called. I'm gonna just say ghost sense because that's not what it's actually called, but it's basically her. You stand still and you can see like, oh, it's called listening mode, I think, where you can see like the shadows of enemies. But
I like how basic that is, but it's just perfectly coded. You just stand still and just listen.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like when you want to tag people, you actively have to get to a high point and use L2 to focus and look around. Like it's a lot of just using what you have on you already to get the job done. Also, this game is so gorgeous. Oh my god. I didn't know. Ubisoft always does great environments, but my god, did they take it to the next level with this. This environment feels so alive. There's animals running across the road as you're going. There's farmers in their fields getting work done when you ride by. There might be conflict.
Can you interact with them? Can you interact with the animals on the NPCs?
Yes, you can pet the cats and whatnot. Yeah. The weather changes is all dynamic. It rains, it gets dark. Also shadows, like being actually in the shadow and staying in the shadows is actually very important to stay out of sight. There's a meter above your head to let you know like how hidden you are. You can also extinguish fires and stuff like that to like stay hidden. Weather causes enemy patterns to change. So if it's snowing on the ground, most of the enemies will be towards the light sources where the heat is, obviously. Also, snow slows you down. You can't sprint as quickly as you can.
Oh, that's cool dynamic.
Yeah. I am really seeing myself get hooked. I haven't been hooked to an Assassin's Creed game in a while.
You leave that shit over there.
And I have been begging for something like this for Ubisoft to remind me that they can make something great. That's all I have. I'm not really far into like the story, but from gameplay wise, I am having a hell of a time. Like, I'm sorry, being able to throw...
out of breath talking about it.
Throwing your grappling time. Being able to throw my grappling hook, be able to swing across buildings, running along branches. Also, the combat, going back to like combat between Naoe and Yasuke. Naoe her combat is more focused on one singular enemy at a time. She's not like Yasuke. Yasuke's over 6 feet, so he can basically turn and hit whoever he wants.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's like you have to lock on to the enemy that you're fighting with and like make sure you're swapping. But she also has abilities that you can use as well. So does Yasuke, but you have to be very deliberate with your moves when playing as the assassin versus the samurai. And also the combat. One thing I was really worried about the combat was that it doesn't have the punch and the feel like you're doing something. Well, they nailed it. Because when you're chopping heads off, it actually, you get the feedback to make you feel like that sword just went through bone. Like
nice.
It's nice. I don't even know how to describe combat like this, but it thumps. Like it just does. Like there's blood squirting, there's necks popping. Like it's fantastic. They did a great job.
Looking at it on PlayStation. Right, because you can kind of see like screenshots and stuff. I know I always joke about the game and things like that. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed fan, but there's a photo on here. Her name's Naoe. She's standing on like squatting on top of like this tower, and it's a beautiful like view that they took a picture of it, like the mountains and everything. Right. Like it's very reminiscent of like a Ghost of Tsushima type, landscape where it's foggy out in the distance and there's the rice fields. That's really cool. It's got some depth to it. But I will say this. I didn't realize this, but the weaponry that Naoe has, like in her hand, where it's got that ball with the chain on it, and it's got like a sickle. Yes. One of my favorite weapons of all time. I love that weapon. I cannot wait
to get that weapon. But yeah, I'm having a great time. It's nice to play a AAA project that actually feels
good for AAA. You. No, I'm just kidding.
Finally, I get a AAA project where I haven't really experienced that many bugs or glitches. That's another thing. I've been having a really smooth experience. I'm playing on PC.
I was going to say you're playing on PC.
Yeah. Fantastic looking game. Great parkour. Also, one small tip before we go. This game has something that I wish all games would, when you're following a character and there's like dialogue happening, you know how many, like, you have to slow your stick to try and make your character walk with the other character as they're talking?
Yes.
Well, this game has just an auto follow feature, so you just hold X and your
that's
character.
good.
I'm like, thank God. Another game that had this, that I'm so f***ing pissed that WB closed down, was Monolith when they made
Man, about to pop a blood vessel in his eye.
when they made Shadow of War. That game had the same system where he would just follow behind the NPC automatically. This is the stuff I like to see. This is improvement. You saw there was a problem with the parkour. You fixed that. The combat is nice. Each character plays different. This is the Ubisoft I grew up on. Let's keep it going this way. This is what I like to see.
Are you gonna buy it?
No, I'm gonna finish this Ubisoft Connect subscription. I'm gonna get my $18 because I'm gonna do what I need to do in this month. And I want to subscribe.
That's
but don't
crazy.
be like me. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like.
That's crazy.
Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that bell, and make sure you give us a like if you enjoyed what you heard today. Ghost, you got any last things to say? Any questions?
I'm
concerns?
glad. I don't have no questions or concerns. I'm actually glad that you're enjoying a AAA game because I'm tired of hearing you bitching about it.
Bitch.
But until the next one.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.